Well, good morning, Pilgrim. It's time for a short devotion. Or is it a long devotion? I'm not sure. I'm just going to dig into this here and see how far we go. Jesus is standing here and he says, "If anyone would come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me. For whoever would save his life will lose it. But whoever loses his life for my sake and the gospel's will save it. For what does it profit a man to gain the whole world and forfeit his soul? For what can a man give in return for his soul? For whoever is ashamed of me and of my words in this adulterous and sinful generation, of him will the Son of Man also be ashamed, when he comes in the glory of his Father with the holy angels." Yeah. Think on that. What is it to be lost, to be cast away from the presence of God into hell? To have to suffer forever all that the justice of God can demand and all that the omnipotence of God can inflict? If I've just a heartache, just a headache, or toothache for one brief hour, my patience can scarcely endure the torture. What must it be to suffer such pains for a century, 100 years, forever? What must it be to have 10,000 times worse pains than these forever and ever and ever and ever and ever? To be dejected in mind, to be despairing, to be disconsolate, how bewildered it makes men. They take the knife with the poison in a fit of insanity. It may be that they cannot bear their lives because of their anguish and their desperation, but all the pangs, all the racks and abandonment from which men suffer here are nothing to be compared with the woes and the mental anguish of the world to come. Oh, the agony of a spirit doomed, forlorn, accursed, upon which God shall put his foot in an awful wrath and lift it up no more forever. Oh. And there, as you lie there tormented to the quick, you'll have this to be your miserable portion. I heard the gospel, but I wouldn't heed it. Why? Christ was put before me, but I wouldn't acknowledge him. I was entreated to believe in his name and fly to him for salvation, but I hesitated, I hung in suspense, demurred at length denied him. I denied him. All for what? For a little drink, a little dance, a little sin that yielded but slight pleasure for a short time, or for worldly gain, or for low and grovelling vices, or for sheer carelessness and gaiety. And lost. I'm lost, and for nothing. A sinner damned. He lost his soul, but he didn't gain the world. He gained only a little frivolous pleasure. Even that poor pittance he spent in an hour, and then he has forever been cast away. Ah, may it not be so with you. Luke 15:4. What man of you having 100 sheep, if he's lost one of them, doesn't leave the 99 in the open country, go after the one that is lost until he finds it? Luke 15:8. Or what woman, having 10 silver coins, if she loses one coin, doesn't light a lamp and sweep the house and seek diligently and until she finds it? Luke 15:11. There was a man who had 2 sons. Luke 19:10. For the Son of Man came to seek and to save the lost. More of Luke. And when he comes home, he calls together his friends and his neighbors, saying to them, "Rejoice with me, for I found my sheep that was lost." Just so I tell you, there will be more joy in heaven over one sinner who repents than over 99 righteous persons who need not repent. Bring the fattened calf, kill it. Let us eat and celebrate. For this, my son was dead and he's alive again. He was lost and he's found. And they began to celebrate. It was fitting to celebrate. Be glad, for this your brother was dead and is alive. He was lost and is found. Yeah, we seem to want to turn Jesus down all the time. We ain't got time for him. We ain't got time for the nonsense. Who needs to be saved? I'm not a sinner. I'm not a sinner. I'm just as good as anybody else. But Jesus, he just keeps knocking on that door. He just keeps a knocking. Come, sinner. Come to me, all you heavy laden. I'll give you rest. Give up those sins. Come to Jesus. What's ahead of you? Heaven or hell? What is it? What's the price of hell? It's very cheap. What's the price of heaven? Ask Jesus what he paid for you, so you don't have to pay it. It's free. He paid it. Well, Pilgrim, think on these things. Think on these things. It's well worth your time. God bless. Have a blessed day with the Lord.